One of the older memories I have, I really, to be honest with you, I don't remember a lot from when I was super, super young. And this must have been when I was about 4 or 5 years old, is when the September 11th attacks in 2001 occurred. I was in preschool at the time, and I don't really remember much of the details of the actual day of 9/11. My mom's told me a few things, just that obviously everyone was in shock, and she picked me up early from preschool. I think everyone went home early probably. And I'm sure that my dad was on high alert being at the police department. But I do remember the weeks following, I remember kind of, because it was almost an awakening in my life, a conversation I had with my family. It was after, so we went to New York shortly after there to visit family. A lot of our family lives in New York. And so we went there, and on the street, they had playing cards of the America's Most Wanted. And on the cover was Osama bin Laden, who was kind of the mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks, as well as the kind of orchestrator of Al-Qaeda, which is a terrorist group that was instrumental in such. And I remember, I think we bought them. I don't know why, but I remember being back home and playing with the cards, and I remember, I'm not exactly sure how it came up, but I asked my dad what the significance, why does the government, why do they want to put him in jail? It didn't make sense to me. I mean, I was 4 or 5 years old. I didn't realize, obviously, what happened. And I remember my dad, in his own strong but really gentle words, explaining a really important fact of life, and that there are people out there that don't have the same interests as you, that don't have, that don't want your happiness, that don't want your welfare. And it was, I guess what I'm trying to say is that there were negative forces in the world. And I guess up until then, any problems that I had when I was younger, if I couldn't play for another hour with my friend, which is a terrible situation for me probably back then, that was because, well, there's not enough hours in the day, and things like that. But when he articulated that there was concerted negative influences in the world, it kind of awoke something in me and helped me realize that there are problems in the world that are created by people, that are created by real things that you can change. And that was the other thing, is he said, the government, the military, they're going after this man because they want us to be safe. And they're sacrificing their, in many times, their life and time and liberties to go out and do that. And that was the first time that I remember having a clear idea of good and evil in the world, which obviously would come to play a big role in my life going forward. But that was something really, really important in my life.